Hey everyone, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. I have been gearing up for this recording for a while because it is an MMO and I've been slowly moving towards this expansion pack in the Final Fantasy XIV universe. I've been playing this game for a while. I've racked up 380 hours over time, and I have been slowly catching up with all my friends who played this game. And they told me how good Shadowbringers was, so I thought it'd be a good idea to record it and record my reactions to it. Someone will be joining me during this. The person who will be joining me during this Shadowbringers run is my good friend Flynn. He's also doing it, but we're gonna help each other with duties, raids, all that sort of stuff, dungeons and all that, as we go side by side through the content and get further and further towards catching up to everyone in the game. At the time of recording, 5.3 is on its way to getting released. I don't know if there's a set release date yet, but it's coming up. I am super excited to play this, and just heard so many good things about it. It is an MMO, and we are starting quite far into the story, so if you don't know the story, some things might not make sense. And I do recommend that you play this game yourself. It does have... There's a lot of spoilers that this expansion pack is going to mention, but just to go over some of the just big details so that what we're about to see makes sense. The Stormblood plot has resolved. We've gone to Doma and we've done all of the stuff that we've had to do there. The main villain of that scenario, it turns out, was dead, but has been possessed by an Ascian, which are the villains in the shadows in this series, which is my favorite plot point in this game. That kind of are in the background, but it looks like they're about to become foreground characters. All of the Scions, which is our group, our team, have entered into this strange coma because their souls have been ripped from their body. So I am the only living, awake Scion right now, and it's time to get our friends back. And things are getting really spooky as we visited the spirit realm or whatever it is ourselves. So let's see what happens in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. We're about to start the first quest of the line. It might be a bit weird because usually there's a lot of building in this game, like world building, and before anything really happens story-wise. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's start the Circus Trench. Good news, Nicholas. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down to the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. I heard about this. I heard the Crystal Tower is very important to the Shadowbringers plotline, which is a raid series. A path I doubt we'd ever have found that had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to that party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes planning down there, checking under rocks and peering to every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Yeah, then we'd better go give them a hand. My thoughts, exactly. The sooner we find this bigger beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. I'm so excited to see what the Ascians have got to do with Shadowbringers. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Yeah, let's go. Oh my god, the new quest noise! Yes, that's amazing. I love it. If anyone's wondering, I am playing on Diabolos. So that's why the server time says 4 AM. I'm not recording this at 4 AM. Right now, at the time of recording, it's like 3 PM. So it's been interesting queuing for any dungeons or raids in this game because I play at a time where most of this server is asleep. So this is my character. This is who I am. I love this game. I think it's one of my favorites in the Final Fantasy series, and it's probably my favorite MMO. Granted, I haven't played many MMOs. Most of the MMOs I've played are like, the ones I've played are RuneScape, if you can call that's, although that's probably not what people typically think when they think MMO. Mabinogi, I played that. I didn't get very far because I wasn't very good at it. And I think that's it. I never got into Warcraft. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake. Yep. Let's go. I mean, I don't. Whether or not I'm gonna read everything that's unvoiced, we'll find out. Because there's a lot of dialogue in this game, and I might get tired. Alright, what's happening? A lot of my load times have been really bad lately for some reason. I think it's just my internet.
Look how many people there are.
Okay. We're gonna keep it on
get to it then?
auto.
Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Did Biggs's VA change? Did he always sound like that?
Wedge!
Although I haven't heard Biggs or Wedge talk for ever.
Aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
I wonder what's going on there.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
So why does the Crystal Tower have got to do with Shadowbringers? I thought it was just optional raid stuff. I didn't really think it would be, like, super important.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
Has Wedge's voice changed as well? I don't remember their
try if you like.
voices. It's taken me 2 years to like slowly get through this game.
Oh, I'll be fine.
It's been a long
This
journey.
receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
What have you found? What have I found? And yes, I'm a cat boy.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
What is that?
What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Oh no.
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
This is what's been ripping our friends' souls from their body.
Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Well, this is supposed to happen.
What's supposed to happen?
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
What is going on? Was that meant to happen? That seemed really... Oh my god, this is really cool.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you.
I must say your spirited accounts of always comes in welcome.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
What? What's happening? Where am I? Oh my god.
Your time has not yet come.
Oracle of Light. Pardon? What? That's such a cool opening to this expansion. What is that? They have a massive axe. Wait, do I know you? Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Oh, that's right. I remember that storyline. They were like getting pissed off because like light became too strong and became unbalanced and it wiped out their world or something. And it's been teasing that for a while now. Something about there has to be like a balance or something. If there's too much light and if there's too much darkness, it causes chaos.
From endless dreams I awake.
Where am I?
Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
It's really pretty wherever I am, but
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
I mean, I just woke up here. This kind of reminds me of an anime that I'm currently watching, Demon Slayer, just like the setup of this area. But it's as bright as day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time.
Huh?
And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, he'd reply.
Wait, are we not in the same world? Where have we been isekai'd?
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
Pardon?
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it.
got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
this isn't what I expected.
To travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Oh, I didn't expect this. I just expected to go to another region in, like, the world we're from. I didn't expect to be, like, yeeted into, like, another dimension or something.
To dizzying heights it rises.
Wait!
The gleaming spire.
Did we travel back in time?
Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
That's the Crystal Tower.
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt, the one true struggle.
What is going on? I know nothing about this expansion pack. I literally know nothing that happens. I know that Flynn sent me a, what the heck is going on? Oh my god. Flynn says not in Kansas anymore. What? This is awesome! Oh, I wonder what this is. I need some explanations. It's a crystal tower.
Halt!
Oh, it's a Viera.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Oh, they even made them sound like Fran.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium,
Nice.
stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
Ulda?
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment.
I don't know how to answer
and
you.
I will not suffer you to pass.
Holy shit. What's that?
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Oh, it's the... Oh no! That was quick.
Everything all right, Captain?
Hmm? Wait, is that...
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
That's the guy that's been talking to me, I'm pretty sure.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
Crystal X Arc.
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
What's up with your hands?
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Yeah, I'm gonna need an answer straight away because I have no idea what's going on.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
I need the wheres and wherefores. Stop with the thanks. Where am I?
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact.
What?
As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal X-Arc, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, the other signs here?
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light.
What?
It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them.
Sin? Ew.
The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
So I'm gaining that like light took over and kind of took control of this world, and it created its own monsters born of light. That, oh, okay, my brain's It's a very different story that Final Fantasy is used to. Final Fantasy is usually like, light always beats darkness, but this is like, light is bad. So I'm guessing we have to defeat the light. Wow. That's pretty.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death.
Interesting.
No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Lightning Returns, actually. Lightning Returns kind of has a similar plot. Hey, it's Flynn. Yo. This is awesome already. White oak, cool. Use that. I got a rod? Is that what I need? White oak rod. Oh, it's better. Whoa. Whoa. I didn't realize I could do that until now. Apparently it's recommended. Now, this doesn't look voiced, so we're gonna go back to this. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Can I just go back and forth to the other world? Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your... Ah! Okay. After you've done so, walk up the stairs next to the Aetherite and head out to the left to arrive to the crystalline main. Catless? Is that like Katniss? Another is Morin. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity... He's just explaining who I have to talk to. Not totally into reading everything out. We've also got to meet Bragi at the markets. But yeah, even the city kind of reminds me of Lightning Returns. Crystal clear. I understand completely. Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, don't tell them we're from a different world. So I'm guessing, I'm going to make a really big guess that this is probably the same world that the Warriors of Darkness come from. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of the town. Until then... So good. Alright, time to meet everyone, I guess. And suck on that crystal juice. Alright. I have been so ready for this, and it's already being exactly... It's been more than what I expected. It's really good so far. Slurp, slurp, Flynn said. Right. Okay, so... Alright, so we can go up and we can go back. Wow. I love this. I don't even know where to go. I wasn't paying attention to the directions he gave me. I know I'm bad. It's pretty much like, yeah, you have to... Oh, nope, that's not the way, I guess. Just listen to me. This is where you have to go. And I was like, lol, I don't need to read what you said. Wow, that's pretty. Callus. So far, I really like the aesthetics of this city. Like, this is better than other cities that I like in this game. The only one that my favorite was probably like Ishgard. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, he's chosen to find sanctuary. The XIV can throw up a barrier as soon as you just come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too. Thanks to us in the main, we work together to procure materials and resources, and craft the goods which make the city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like this. Oh, moron layabouts. Here in the Crystarium we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that width of indolence. Indolence? What is indolence about you like some folk I've met? So I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Nowhere. One of the XIV's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't exist if it weren't for him. And any friend of his is a friend of ours. What is up with that tower? Is there a crystal tower in every world? Is it like a beacon? It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say it's grand magic summoned the crystal tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. The flood? Oh, the flood of light? And that's how the Crystarium began. At the XIV's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into a thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the elders among us swear the XIV looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. I'm a bit curious why he isn't showing his face. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. I don't have any. If you want to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle them. I don't know anything about crafting. Just ask for Catalyst and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Yeah, I don't know anything. Wow. Oh, it's a fellow cat boy. Oh, it's a cat girl. Yes, this is the Facet Gathering. Okay. Wow, I'm loving this. Oh, I've got to tune in with the Aetherites. I've got to remember that. Not the Aetherites, the Ethernet charts. Wow. I don't even notice like the low textures of this game. Oh, can I not just jump over the edge? Are there any more Aether? I think I have to get down. looks kind of like a blossoming Uldar. Oh, there I go. How do I get there? Nutsport? Pardon? She called you a what? What did she call you? Holy heck. Wow, they really went all out with this. I can tell already. Clan Nazi confirmed, Homo first. It's so good. I was meant to write it's so pretty, but it came out it's toe pretty, or two. Okay, here's Morin. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and well, What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even, a scrap of scribbled on parchment? Nah. My apologies, literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Looks like you have many books here that you can read. Unless you've read them all already. Librarian Moran at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, so you've been interested in modern history. Splendid! A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives, I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. Yes, I am a child. Please make this as clear as possible. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable? Ahem. On with the lesson then. Just make this as simple as you can. Help me understand. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day in enormous blinding waves rose up and swept across our star. We called the calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Okay. Yeah, when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light, she stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. And thus was Novrant, and Novrant alone spared the fate of Erasure. Curious. What is that? That's some Renaissance art. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the light from Navrant's sky. Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear that tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Curious. Oh, I got my settings up. Nice. So the Shadowkeeper was slain and then everything went to hell. Well, everything went to heaven, I should say, with the way the light spread. But why would it do that? And who was the Oracle of Light? Now I'm really curious. Flynn's kind of trying to remember what happens in A Realm Reborn and stuff. If this is Shadowbringers, I'm guessing we're bringing darkness to this world? Bring balance back? Restore it or something? That's my theory. Flynn says, the Oracle of Light, Menfilia becoming Heidelin? Surely. Maybe. New to the city, friend, the spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markers. Oh well, you're a furry. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it, too florid by half. In any case, our merchant stocks a range of equipment for mistel such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Did you say mistel? I'm a Mikote, not a mistel. Something wrong? Huh? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a hume and the taller one is an elf. Yes? The sturdy individual over there is a gull gent, while the one with horns is drawn. Wait. I'm confused. This sounds like it's close to being right, but not entirely. Then you have the large, scaly chats, the long tails, and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Ah, the same as the Exarchs, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of our lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Curious. I should probably get the Ethernet shards. Ethernet shards. So I don't know how long this series of videos is going to be, because for all I know, this should be a 70-hour long expansion, which sounds about right. So if that's the case, then there will be 70 videos, because I want these to be about like an hour long each. I am hold on. I am a misspell now. Which makes me feel like I am a creature of the mist. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna get this Ethernet shard before I complete this. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you from a clearer picture of this world and its people? Yeah, here's the information. Yeah, yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before you proceed. Yeah, it was necessary. As to the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noticed the details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing, and although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. What's this? Nope, I don't. Doesn't do anything for me. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now is the time I fulfilled my half of the blood and explain what has befallen your comrades. Please do. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go ahead to the tower and organize a few things. But I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. The tower gate lies open then? Well, yes, of course. It can be open and closed just like any other. Does that seem strange to you? Yeah. There was a lot of issues with our Crystal Tower. I know not how the tower functioned in your time, but I assure you there is no danger of us being locked inside. It better not be. I don't want to fight a fucking cloud of darkness. Okay. Give me back my friend. Green sir, the exile awaits you within. Let's go! Let's go! Give me all the exposition. Oh wow, this is pretty. Kinda looks like the mysterious tower. Yen Sid's tower. Actually, it looks more like the Realm of Darkness. One of the areas.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study.
Put this in order.
We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
Okay, so we're not allowed to talk about anything.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions.
Yes, tell me.
To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true.
What?
The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Well, that's convenient.
As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelt here for 3 winters.
What?
While Thancred's count stands at 5.
What? Pardon?
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
Oh no.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
So they're like ghosts.
While you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not.
What?
Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Pardon? You better fix this. Then find a way to send them back. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least.
And what?
As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
What vision?
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity.
What?
And the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion.
Shit.
He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction.
Wow, this like universe sucks.
Been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
It's like everyone's suffered to like have a doomed end.
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
I mean, what else am I meant to do? I'm in a strange land. I've got no choice. For the moment.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
I mean, sure. That makes me worried. Does that mean that, like, the Scions just fucking... this is how their story ends? Because I don't like that. That's really sad. I hope we can get them back to Eorzea. But boy, is this a really good start to a expansion pack. I just hope that this quality maintains throughout the series, throughout the whole expansion, the series. Is this voiced?
This is the
Yes,
Musica
it is.
Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough, not to matter.
Okay, so they have the same exchange rate.
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Like? Oh, the game's basically saying, yeah, you can trade in your stuff here and shop, you won't have to worry.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld.
Well, can't I just travel back?
Avan Kerm Sin?
What?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
My dear
I guess this is
Fael-Ul,
Berserk now.
paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift. How wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did. You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
I'm not a summoner.
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yes.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth, I will be your Isnaphis, and you my snake.
Isnaphis.
Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand.
A very interesting accent you've got there.
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
So we can just take you
May have
over?
a message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Kryl. I feel like Kryl has more understanding of what's going on.
As you heard, that was Feo Uld of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Yeah, give me a house, please. As much as I like starting new expansions on this game, you've got to get through all of the exposition. All of the exposition first. Okay. So is this my home? The pendants. Okay. Let's suck on that Ethernet shard. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. I'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay. To make use as you see fit, when you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings, pray, rest, and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I skipped that dialogue. Thank you for answering my call, Nicholas. We had not denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Well, if we just like, as long as there are like no windows, we should be fine. Or just like really good curtains. Yeah, let's retire. Wow, we get our own room. What? You?
You?
The fuck? What is going on with you, dude? Why are you in my room?
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the Source.
The warrior of darkness?
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Am I not supposed to?
Gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the Source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood.
That was ages ago. That was so long
We
ago.
thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source and try to hasten their God's damned ardor.
Never trust the Ascians.
I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours.
Ah.
I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away.
So Minfilia is the Oracle.
Leaving me to bear witness.
Shit. So sorry.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? A 100 years. 100 long years.
So are you a ghost? What's going on? Why can't people see you? Okay, I'm guessing you are a ghost.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
I don't even know. I'm figuring everything out, just as much as you are.
You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
Maybe you were meant to help me.
I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
It's kind of cool that I've got my own room though. Ghosts aside. Although it's very spacious. I feel like if I was in a room that big, like if I was laying in a bed in a room that was that large, I would just be, you know. I feel like it'd be upsetting. I'd be sitting there and be like, no, I can't sleep. There's too much open space. The shadows and the darkness are watching me. Okay, so we're going back to the ocular. How do I get to the ocular? the Dussel's Gate. Flynn says we were playing to someone's hand though, and I wrote, something's not right here. Just voiced. Everything's voiced. Just voice everything so I don't have to click. Well enough. I had a ghostly visitor. Let's talk about that.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know.
Maybe we shouldn't be telling the Crystal Exarchs that there's a reason that we can't see his face.
The subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
You don't hide someone's face from the audience unless there's a reason. I feel like this is someone we might know.
This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Yes.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
So we're gonna meet up with all my friends. Did they split across the map?
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
That's kind of cool. I'm guessing the Viera, though, if it's a forest.
Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
Alphino and Elze?
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement.
But what about Elze?
Elze, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang.
Interesting.
They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters.
Something's off.
In contrast to her brother,
something just feels
Elze
wrong
felt
here.
that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calusia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Armarang sounds more interesting. And Elze had a more significant plot in Stormblood and the post-Stormblood questline.
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters.
He has been here for quite some time.
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
I think I'm more interested in finding out what happened to Elze, because Elze played a very significant plot, part in the plot, and we did hang it out for quite some time before she was taken. However, we haven't seen Alphino in a while. Alphino hasn't had much bearing in the plot. I just want to say this, I like how they've separated all of the characters, and we're going to see them one by one. I think that's a really good idea. But now that we've been given all of the exposition and now the story is going to be wrapping up, that is where we're going to leave it today. I hope you enjoyed the start of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. I'll be doing the whole lot on here. I don't know how often I'll schedule these, because these types of things take some time, and it's a long series, and I do have other stuff I'm going through on the channel first, but we'll see how it goes. But thank you for watching. Remember to drop a comment what you liked so far about Shadowbringers, and yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye now.